Imagine a time when knowledge wasn't free, when books were treasures, often locked away, sometimes even burned. Learning was a privilege, guarded by the powerful, whispered only among the elite. But what if one person, armed not with a sword or a scepter, but with a passion for books and a radical idea, began to change all of that? What if they quietly, meticulously, laid the groundwork for a revolution that would reshape how we access information forever? This is the untold story of Gabriel Naudé, the 17th century librarian who, from the silent halls of a library, ignited a quiet, intellectual revolution. But how could a man of books ignite such change? And why is his name largely forgotten today? Join history's footnotes as we uncover the surprising impact of the man behind the Mazarin Library. In the 1600s, across Europe, the world of books was starkly different from today. Libraries, though they existed, were mostly private collections. Royal families, wealthy nobles, and religious institutions held the vast majority of written knowledge. If you weren't part of the privileged few, your access to books was virtually non-existent. The printed word was still relatively new, and each book was a valuable commodity. Censorship was also a constant shadow. Ideas considered dangerous or heretical could lead to books, and sometimes their owners meeting a fiery end. It was a world where information was a carefully guarded secret, not a shared resource. Into this world stepped Gabriel Naudé, born in Paris in 1600. From a young age, he was a true polymath, a physician, a philosopher, and above all, a devoted bibliophile. He wasn't content with just collecting books. He wanted to understand how knowledge itself could be organized, expanded, and, crucially, shared. Naudé traveled extensively across Europe, observing different libraries and soaking up every piece of wisdom about managing vast collections. He saw the inefficiencies, the hidden treasures, and the missed opportunities. He began to dream of something radical, a universal library, a place where every book on every subject could be systematically organized and made available. Naudé's grand vision found its perfect partner in Cardinal Mazarin, France's chief minister. Mazarin was amassing an enormous personal book collection, and he entrusted Naudé with its complete organization. But Naudé did something groundbreaking. He didn't just build another private collection. He created a revolutionary model for the future. What emerged was the Bibliothèque Mazarin. It was an architectural marvel, systematically organized with meticulous catalogs. But its true innovation lay in one simple fact. It was open to the public. Think about that. In the 17th century, this was almost unheard of. Suddenly, anyone with a genuine desire to learn could step into this magnificent space and access a world of information previously reserved for the elite. Naudé understood that a library wasn't just a warehouse for books. It was a living organism, a hub for ideas, a place where knowledge could truly flourish. He ensured it had vast opening hours, a clear borrowing system, and a dedication to acquiring every type of book, not just those approved by authority. Gabriel Naudé wasn't a general leading armies or a politician making grand speeches. His work was quieter, more subtle. Yet, by making knowledge accessible, he ignited a powerful, quiet revolution. He nurtured a more informed public, challenged the traditional gatekeepers of information, and, perhaps unintentionally, laid crucial groundwork for the Enlightenment thinkers who would come after him. Think of the French Revolution, just over a century later. Where did many of its core ideas about reason and individual rights find their roots? In places like the public libraries that Naudé championed. His advice for setting up a library became a blueprint for future institutions, spreading his vision far beyond Paris. He was an unsung hero in the battle for intellectual freedom, a man whose ideas were centuries ahead of his time. Today, Gabriel Naudé's name might not be as famous as kings or conquerors, but every time you walk into a public library, every time you freely access information online, you are standing on the shoulders of this remarkable pioneer. His story, a fascinating footnote in history, reminds us of a profound truth. Not all heroes wield swords. Some, like Gabriel Naudé, wield wisdom, quietly igniting the flames of change, one book, one idea at a time. If you enjoyed uncovering this forgotten chapter, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with fellow history buffs, and subscribe to History's Footnotes for more deep dives into the untold stories of the past. What other unsung heroes do you think deserve a spotlight? Let me know in the comments below.